So today we have one psychologist from Pune with us. She's a clinical psychologist, and her experience in psychology, in yoga, in literature is vast. She has more than 8 to 10 years of experience in this field. So today we will try to know more about her career, more about her education and skills, the areas she practiced. So today we have Parisa. Hi, Parisa.
Hello, dear Swapnil. I am so grateful that I can see you after so many years.
Yes. So, by the way, we were classmates during masters in Ferguson College. So since then we know each other, and she is amazing in various things, as I
Thank you
mentioned.
so much.
Yeah. So, Parisa, tell us how was your journey of education from Iran to India, specifically in the field of psychology? What's your qualification? What you did? What you are doing now? Yeah. So please tell us about that.
Sure. I would like to start from exactly so many years back. I can tell I was 18 and I have decided to walk in the path of being psychologist. So I have started my BA from the Tehran University. And of course, at the beginning, everybody knows we have an aim to become psychologists and help everybody, but it is not that much easy. You have to study so many theories. You have to go through so many subjects that it is not that much pleasant. You know, Swapnil, I think all of us, we have gone through. Yes. Then after, when I have started my BA, at the same time, because in Iran's university, it is like that, after 1 year, you have to start practicing. So when you'll finish 4 years BA, because I think in India, it is 3 years BA in psychology, but in my country, it is 4 years. And in that 4 years, you have to work for 1,200 hours in any specific, organization or clinic, something that it is actually related to the clients and people they can come to you. Of course, at the beginning, it was only training and you were under trainer of so many professionals. But after that, they have, just hang over so many clients. By the way, after that, I have decided to move out because of so many reasons. And I have decided, fortunately, to come to Pune, and I have chosen the Ferguson College, which so many memories all of us we have, and I am sure it is one of the best colleges that I have learned psychology. Of course, it was difficult because as a foreigner, I was dealing with so many difficulties, but I have tried my best, and that was really good. That that, Swapnil, I think you remember that I got my first class distinction from the first semester. As a foreigner, it was very difficult because you are trying to talk first in another language, then you deal with difficulties in the life. In those years, I came to know more and more about actually what is the psychology. Psychology is not only sitting and talking with people. I feel the first thing it is you have to have that compassion and empathy that I want to help this person no matter what. And then you are using your knowledge, so many tools we all have learned, and we have brought it, okay, now which tools is better to use for this particular individual? At the same time, you have to understand exactly what that person is going through. I can say, this is my common example. Those people, they know me well. I always say, a person who is the heart surgeon, at least he or she knows this is the heart. I am going to open the heart. There is a block somewhere and I am going to open it. But when it is coming to the mind, it is really, really strange. And for each and every person, we are going to have a different surgery of mind. So when I was just studying so many books at the same time, I came to know about the mindfulness and so many Buddhist practice. I understood the ultimate aim of our life is peace. And we want to have a peaceful life, no matter where we are living. And in that moment, I was thinking, I think I'll be so happy if I bring that peace and happiness in people's life. Of course, it is a bit challenging because when you decide to make others happy first, you have to work on yourself. I think one of the important things that psychologists mostly, they have to concentrate is make themselves first ready for this field. I have seen definitely, Swapnil, you have seen and you met so many psychologists that basically by themselves they are struggling. They don't have that much peace. So it is like that. I don't have a chocolate. So how I can offer chocolate to Swapnil? First, we have to bring it. First, we have to develop that feeling that I am ready and I have that power to bring the peace, or I can help that person to walk in this path. So, dear Swapnil, when I was doing MA, in those years, I came to know mostly about the beautiful concept, as we are talking in Buddhist psychology. The aim of all of us is happiness, and we all don't want misery, no matter which type of mental issue we are going through. But the aim is being happy. After that, I have completed my MA and I have started studying as a PhD scholar in Pune University. So the years were more than MA, so I had more chance to study different practices, different therapies. Fortunately, I got a chance to travel in India and outside India. I came to know about so many other practices. And I have understood being a psychologist is the really difficult job, first thing. At the same time, it is very easy job. It is, of course, like that contradictory you can see in my sentence. But what I mean is, why it is difficult? Because first, you have to have all those tools with yourself to bring that peace and happiness in people's life. Then you know what you should do, it can become very easy.
Yes. So it was really amazing. So you told how was your educational journey from your hometown till Pune, and how you proceed with that. And also you answered my second question, that why psychology, and you really explained well, specifically the Indian perspective, and that's why I think we used to discuss during masters also, and you are practicing into that. So finding out peace for self, and then only we can offer it to others. So you answered that question, and yes, psychology is amazing field to work on self, and then only we can help others to heal. Okay, so now I know that you are working on your PhD and you are getting almost done with that. So tell us something about your PhD. What is the topic? Why you chose that, and what you found in that?
Yeah, in fact, the journey of my PhD, again, that is the so much, interesting, and it has brought so many experience in my life, because everybody, including so many professors whom they knew me, they had this expectation that Parisa is going to choose a topic related to mindfulness or related to the, just something that brings more peace. But because of so many reasons, I have chosen a complicated topic, which is the very interesting. I have worked on self-rumination and self-reflection, a special emphasis on hardiness and suicidal ideation. It was like, okay, why suicide and why self-rumination, self-reflection, and why hardiness? Swapnil, in those years, I understood one thing. The first part, it was about myself. Okay, this is my aim. I am ready to help people. But in some part, I was telling, this is really good if I help those people that they are mostly in the difficulties. There are people, they are ready to sit for meditation, they are ready to walk in this journey, but there are so many people that actually they are not aware they are going under the mental issues. And that is most, I think, important aim and work of psychologists. We have to help those that they need most.
Yes.
So I have started this journey. Of course, it was a very difficult journey, but in March 2020, I have submitted my thesis, and now I am free, only waiting for the last viva. But the thing is, in these 5 years, I can tell you, because my journey, it was because of the so many data that I had very huge data, and apart from that, my data was only concentrating on the youth. So this generation is the future of India. This generation is the future of the world. How we can bring peace in them? Because if we emotionally and mentally on them, we can actually create the better future for life. So I was working in that journey, and at the same time I was practicing whatever I have been started practicing. And I came to know, when we are talking about the self-rumination and self-reflection, it is all about those thoughts that we ruminate every time. And of course there are some self-reflection, and those people, they can survive, or they can be mentally and physically strong, that they have a high ability to be hardy. So hardy personality or hardiness, it is exactly like you are ready to deal with so many issues. I can tell you a very interesting part. I think my topic, even it made me more hardy person. Of course, I have gone through so many difficulties. You know better, because when you'll come out of your home and you'll enter to the country that you don't know anything, somehow you have to become more and more strong, no matter what. There is no any option. At least for me, there was no any option. Maybe some people, they really like ready to quit and go back. But I said to myself, Parisa, you are standing in front of yourself. If you can deal with difficulties, if you can become more hardy, then you can help other person. And confidently, Swapnil, I can tell you, I have learned and I have practiced so many things that I have something to offer to people. Now I can tell you 90% I am ready to take, like any person that come to me, I am ready to share my knowledge, and definitely they can take help of this knowledge.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. And as our area of interest in our field match like youth and suicidal ideations and hardiness, so it's really amazing. And thanks for explaining about it. And it's really wonderful for us, specifically for the people who are aspiring psychology as a career, and specifically PhD. It's really amazing. So now tell us, what are the skills majorly you use? What are the which is the population you target? Like what are the clients are like, and what therapy you provide? Okay, so tell us more about that.
Yeah. Yes, Swapnil. Mostly, I am working in various areas, because I believe when we are ready to offer the help, we should have that just tools that I am ready to offer the help to everybody. Of course there are some field like a child psychology that mostly I don't touch. I feel okay, this is not my field, but I am offering so many just practice and services in different area. But I would like to mention here now, again, thankful to this beautiful technology. Mostly I have an online and face-to-face session if people they are in Pune, but now it is lockdown, so we all offer only the online services. At the same time, recently I mean since last 2 years, I have started offering the individual training. Those training, actually this training is helping each and every person to understand what is the aim of life and enhance the well-being within themselves. Because I feel, Swapnil, I think you are agree with me, most of us, we have studied mathematics, physics, chemistry, or so many other subjects, but we all never have learned how to live. We all never have learned how to become more strong. All of our parents, definitely, I think I can say 99.5%, they were ready to take us to any tuitions, mathematics, physics, but they never took us to somebody to tell us how you should live, how you should bring a smile in your life, how you should start your day, how to pursue your dream. So I have decided, because my own journey has given so many knowledge to myself first, I have decided to share this knowledge. So what I am doing, apart from the services that I offer as a counselor and as a psychologist, to remove the difficulties and help that person to come back to the track, apart from that, I offer that individual training and sometimes group training. So we all come together and we'll try to be a better person for ourselves first. And it is really interesting. I think it makes me more and more happy when I come to this type of training.
Yes, really wonderful. And thanks for mentioning that you do work with group as well. So apart from counseling session, individual sessions, you work for personal training for groups and for various firms. Okay, so that's really wonderful. Like still we are facing stigma, not only in India, worldwide also. People are hesitating to communicate with psychologists or psychiatrists. So there are so many things, so many myths. So what you want to tell people, the viewers, that to deal with this stigma so that they can learn more or they can connect with us easily.
Thank you so much, dear Swapnil, because it was a topic I think I was just thinking continuously since last 1 month, maybe because all of us, we heard so many, bad news because of this lockdown or the issues that it is going on all the world. But unfortunately, Asian countries, they think going to psychology, it means we are mad. And they don't know, actually going to psychologists, it means you have a respect of yourself. Going to psychology, it means you love yourself more than anything in the life. And I feel it is like that. All of us, we get up in the morning, we'll take baths. Am I right? There is nobody in the world that they say, no, I don't like to take bath and I am not going to take bath. So it is like we are willing to go and clean our body. But why we are not thinking we have to clean our mind? We have to observe how many small thoughts it can be in our mind which is not serving us anymore. Why we are thinking if we feel sad, if we are feeling really not well mentally, why we shouldn't take help of the professionals? Unfortunately, dear Swapnil, I have come across so many cases that they are ready to go and share their problems with friends, with neighbor, with aunt. And unfortunately, those people, they are not a specialist, so they'll give the advice through their own experience, and the situation is becoming more and more worse. And then they'll come to us, oh, now I am going to get divorced, now I am facing this issue, now I have this suicidal thought. So many other issues actually arise. So I feel the first thing, if you really respect yourself, you should have your own psychologist. It is exactly what developed countries like Western countries, they have. There are so many organizations, so many people, so many families, they have a family counselor. And the reason is we are not emotionally connected with you. So we are giving the right advice to you. But if you'll go and tell your friend that, for example, my fiance did something like this to me, that person is going to give the advice according to his or her situation. So how it can be reliable? In psychology, we really concerned about the reliable source. When you are going to any psychologist, when you are going to any meeting, any counselor, the first thing, that person, that psychologist will not judge you, will not label you. We are opening our arms with so much love and compassion because our aim is only to help you. But how much you are sure if you bring your problems and going to your friends, how much you are sure that person has a right intention to help you? Dear Swapnil, you know better than me. We both have working in this field, especially with youth, working with youth. You know, so many young people, they give the advice freely to each other and they make the situation more worse. And I am really wishing to tell everybody, actually meeting the psychologist, it is somehow a spiritual practice. When you are meeting your psychologist, it is exactly like that you are bringing yourself in front of a person who is not judging you, who is not blaming you, and you are telling, can you tell me what I should do to have much better life? What I should do to not make the past mistakes again? And I think it is simply beautiful. And I whenever any person or any client will come to me, I am so much just rejoicing and I am so happy because I can see the self-love. As you know, the self-love is most important point. And when you love yourself, definitely you take care of your mind.
Yes. Yeah, wonderful. So you touched various points which are important to understand why therapy is needed. So it's not just to heal or restore. It's about preventive measures or to grow for emotional or spiritual growth. And yes, we have to respect individual differences. And psychology or counseling or therapy, it's not just giving advices. Okay, so these are really amazing thing. And you mentioned one important example, like we take bath daily and we need to clean our body on regular basis. So that's similarly we have to work on our emotions as well in a preventive measure. So what we usually or generally do, that this person throw dirt on me, so this person needs therapy, I don't need therapy. Okay, so these kind of misconceptions are there. And as you mentioned, yes, it's definitely we should inculcate living habits or living techniques in our syllabus. I also mentioned that including physical health, mental health should be taught in the schools. It's highly required. Yeah, so these are really important things which you mentioned. Yes. Finally, we want to know where you practice otherwise in Pune, or how people should contact you if they need therapy sessions, specifically yoga, spirituality, and mindfulness and youth related problems. So how they can connect to you?
Dear Swapnil, I think the best way, because my email ID is always available and I reply, I get back to people very soon. I prefer to receive the email from the client or whomsoever is interested. So immediately I'll get back to them, and I will offer them so many other details that how we can work together, or I can tell how we can walk the path of life beautifully.
Yeah. Definitely. Thanks a lot for sharing information about psychology and your experience. So we are really grateful for that.
I am so thankful to you that you have initiated this beautiful program, and I am so happy there are still people like you, Swapnil, in this world. You are such a beautiful soul, because I know you personally well, and I am just hoping everybody really make use of this platform. And at the end only, dear Swapnil, I want to add one sentence. I think it is really important to just keep in our mind. We are all ready to spend huge amount of money on our clothes because it makes us beautiful. But do you think forever these type of clothes, this type of brand is going to make you beautiful? I am not sure, because I feel the beautiful mind, it is going to make your face and your look much beautiful.
Yeah, and that's how we make our life beautiful and more peaceful. Yeah, thank you so much.
Definitely.
Yeah.